What was the best revenge you've ever gotten? When my dad had a heart attack, my brother Marcus showed his true colors. Dad needed emergency surgery, and both Marcus and I needed to help with his care afterward. I took leave from work immediately, but Marcus kept making excuses. He was too busy with his startup. He couldn't handle seeing Dad so weak. His investors were coming to town, and he couldn't miss important meetings. Dad was struggling to recover. I watched him try to climb stairs that used to be effortless, gasping for breath after walking to the mailbox. Every night, I'd help him with his medications, making sure he ate the heart-healthy meals his doctor prescribed. Marcus never helped during these moments. He was always just about to come by or stuck in another business meeting. Dad's recovery couldn't wait any longer. I moved in with him, spending 3 months managing his physical therapy appointments, while Marcus posted LinkedIn updates from business conferences in Vegas. When Dad needed a second surgery and landed back in cardiac ICU, Marcus sent a fruit basket instead of showing up. The card read, "Thinking of you," like Dad had a minor procedure. I basically lived at the hospital for 6 weeks. I learned to monitor his heart rate, manage his medications, and coordinate with cardiologists. I memorized every restriction, every warning sign, every emergency protocol. Meanwhile, Marcus would call Dad for 10 minutes, complaining about startup stress and investor demands. The thing that killed me most was that Dad kept defending him. "He's just busy building his company," he'd say from his hospital bed. "You know how important this launch is." I'd bite my tongue, remembering how Marcus had time to post daily networking photos, but couldn't spare an afternoon to visit his recovering father. Then came the moment that changed everything. Dad's insurance denied coverage for specialized cardiac rehabilitation that could prevent future attacks. The cost? $180,000. I liquidated my retirement fund and borrowed against my house, but it wasn't nearly enough. When I called Marcus to ask for help, he said he couldn't possibly contribute. He just invested everything in expanding his startup. That night, I discovered something interesting while handling Dad's financial paperwork. Our grandmother had left a family business trust for both Marcus and me, but we couldn't access it until we turned 35, unless we needed it for family medical emergencies. Marcus was 36. He'd had access to over $400,000 for a year and never said a word. I gathered all the medical records, all the denied insurance claims, all the text messages where Marcus made excuses. Then I sent everything to our grandmother's estate lawyer. Turns out there was a clause in the trust that if either of us failed to support family members in medical crises, our share would be redistributed to the other sibling. The lawyer agreed that refusing to help pay for life-saving cardiac care while spending money on business expansion qualified as abandoning family duty. Marcus's entire trust fund was transferred to me. I paid for Dad's rehabilitation the next day. When Marcus found out, he showed up at the house for the first time in months, screaming about how I'd stolen his inheritance. Dad had to threaten to call the police as Marcus demanded I reverse the transfer. Dad watched the whole thing, finally seeing who Marcus really was. Dad's rehabilitation worked. He's been healthy and active for 18 months now. Marcus tried contesting the trust fund decision, but the lawyer had email records of him discussing startup investments the same day Dad was in emergency surgery. Last week, Marcus sent me a desperate email begging for money. His startup failed and he's drowning in debt from the failed expansion. I took the email, printed it out, and used it to line my dad's birdcage. The irony is beautiful. The money he refused to use to save Dad's life is now funding Dad's golden years.